Friday, July 20th, 2007 was a very special day in the life of Deven Umflett. It was the day he was to fly for the first time in his life, and he was flying all by himself. He was headed to San Diego, California to visit Grandma. Mom took Deven to the Denver airport very early in the morning, where, with just a few jitters, he set out on a Frontier Airlines Moose for his adventure. Grandma picked him up in San Diego, and they headed for the original pancake house, where Deven polished off a big breakfast of pancakes and sausage. Next stop was Grandma's condo, where he was greeted by Chloe. Chloe loved Deven, but she didn't like the camera. Then Grandma had an appointment at the chiropractor, and Dr. Patrick Lund checked Deven's spine. One leg was slightly longer than the other, so he adjusted Deven. After 2 more appointments for adjustments throughout the remainder of the week, Deven is now well balanced. An evening movie back at the condo left Deven ready to crash for the night. Saturday morning we went to Balboa Park, where Deven found not only a great playground with lots of challenges, but some amazing trees for climbing and routes for exploring. The Zorro Garden had a butterfly release commemorating 100 years that the garden had been in existence. Deven used the first few dollars of his $100 to buy a painted lady caterpillar. Grandma is now in charge of watching the chrysalis and releasing the butterfly. We then spent the rest of the afternoon at Seaport Village, where Deven found a few more treasures he wanted to buy. The balloon man made a cool airplane for Deven and outfitted him with quite a nose that brought chuckles from the other tourists. The next morning, Grandma went to the SRF temple service while Deven attended Sunday school, where he learned about Mahavatar Babaji, the deathless avatar. That afternoon we joined hundreds of other people with their dogs and went to the beach with Chloe in Ocean Beach. Deven was fearless and had a great time. Chloe was exhausted and snored all the way home. She was one tired dog. Monday morning, we headed for Carlsbad and Legoland, where we spent almost the entire day getting soaked on the rides, seeing a 4D movie, and shopping in the gift shops. Deven is quite the shopper. He never misses an opportunity to browse and buy. The figures all over the park that had been built with Legos were a sight to behold. In addition to the fantasy figures, dinosaurs, animals, and cartoon characters, there were also a number of miniature cities in Miniland that were full of spectacular details. But the rides were definitely the best thing there, especially since Grandma kept getting completely soaked, thanks to Deven's skillful maneuvering. On Tuesday, we went back to Balboa Park for the IMAX movie Dinosaurs. Unfortunately, we didn't get the best seats. Kids brought in from various day camps had sort of taken over the place, but the movie was definitely informative. Since it was a hot day, we went back to the condo and watched Wallace and Gromit movies from Netflix. Wednesday had been set aside for the biggest day of all, Sea World. We arrived in time to see the first Shamu show of the day, called Believe. It was an amazing show with a lot of heart. Of course, we got absolutely drenched from Shamu's tail pounding, but that's part of the fun. Grandma was so moved by the show that she got all choked up. After the show, she bought Deven a carved wooden whale tail. He'll tell you about it himself.
This whale's tail is a symbol that means anything is possible if you believe.
Whereas the rides had been the most fun at Legoland, it was definitely the shows that captivated us at SeaWorld, all of which managed to just about drown us with splashing water, including the 4D movie of the Haunted Lighthouse. We also saw the Dolphin Show, the Pets Rule Show, and the Cirque de la Mer by the whimsical dancers from the island of Amphibia. We decided to cap off the day with a couple of rides, the SeaWorld Sky Ride and Wild Arctic. Wild Arctic was a simulated jet helicopter ride that was so cool we had to do it twice. Our last day together was spent cruising the hood, going to a couple of Grandma's favorite spots. We started the day at Lestat's, a funky coffee shop where Deven had a huge brownie. Fortunately, he had already had a healthy breakfast. Later in the day, we went to the Mariposa ice cream store, where all the ice cream is homemade, right there on Adams Avenue. The ice cream was great, and Grandma especially liked the political sentiments on the walls. Soon it was time to leave for the airport. Deven said his goodbyes to Chloe, and off we went. We waited forever for Deven's plane, and by the time it arrived, it was too soon to say our goodbyes. Instead of the Moose this time, Deven boarded a Frontier Airlines Shark and had a good flight home. Before he left, Deven said, "This was the best week of my life so far."